Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. I'm Jennifer with McArdle Media, and I am thrilled to bring you today's presentation about Instagram. Instagram seems to be the social media platform that is most confusing to most people. Facebook has been around the longest, so we all kind of know that some of the ins and outs of Facebook, we've got that handled. Instagram is a little bit different. And it's different the way that you use it personally than you do for your business. So a lot of people will tell me, I have an Instagram account and I scroll through and I see pictures of my grandkids or pictures of what's going on for the businesses that I follow and things like that. But it's different when you jump on to use it as your business. You don't post the same types of things. So I'm hoping that this presentation today will help you feel a little bit more comfortable with Instagram, because once you do get the hang of it, it's a great platform. So let's go ahead and dive into all things Instagram. All right, I will begin by sharing my screen here and we will get going. All right, so if you are here for Instagram 101, you are in the right place. If you are hoping for something else, well, I hope you stick around anyway, because this could be helpful for you. Before we begin, I need to give you this quick disclaimer. McArdle Media and this webinar are in no way sponsored, endorsed, or administered by or associated with Instagram. Instagram and the Instagram logo are registered trademarks of Instagram and Meta. All right, so just a little bit about me. My background is in business and in digital marketing. In fact, in order to maintain my digital marketing certifications, I've got to put in a lot of hours of continuing education, which for some people, it's like, oh, I have to learn more about my industry. For me, it's like, I get to learn more about my industry. I've spent the last couple of weeks getting caught up on some of my continuing education and learning a lot about what is current in the industry, what's up and coming in the industry. And I tell you all of this to tell you that I stay up to date on these things. So if you have questions, instead of you having to go earn all these extra credentials on your side, you've got a resource here who's able to help you if you have questions. So I'm located here in Michigan, but I have clients all over the country. I primarily work with clients here locally, but I do have clients that pop up all across the country here. So my tagline is, it's time to go social and we make it simple. I want this to be as simple for you as possible when it comes to marketing your business online. It can be quite daunting. There's a lot, there's kind of a joke in our industry. And to quote Charles Dickens, it's the best of times and it's the worst of times. It's the best of times because there are so many ways to reach your clients through digital marketing. It's the worst of times because there are so many ways to reach your clients through digital marketing that it can be overwhelming. And so our mission is to make it simple for you so that it's not an added item on your to-do list, that it maybe becomes something that you're a little more comfortable with and easier for you to do. So what we do, we specialize in social media, and that's on Facebook, which is our main platform, but also Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And our main focus is organic content. So that's anything that you're posting that you're not paying for, and community management. So when you have people commenting, asking questions, that's the type of thing that we help our clients with. And most of our clients are business to consumer, small businesses. We work with entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. One thing I do like to mention is anytime that we work with someone on contract, it's month to month. We want it to be flexible for you. We don't lock you in into some crazy contract because we're a small business. We understand that small businesses have ebbs and flows, and you may want to work on a smaller, shorter content contract, but also I can work with you one-on-one in other areas as well. And we'll talk about that toward the end. So what's this all about, this digital marketing stuff? It's about reaching more people online. But how? Today, we're going to talk about Instagram. So, looks like I left LinkedIn from last time here. The differences between an Instagram business page and a personal page. The different ways that you can interact, it's a little bit different on Instagram. And does a business need to be on Instagram? And we'll talk about that a little more in depth as well. So social media in general, social media is a computer-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through the building of virtual networks and communities. And each social media platform is different in the way that they do that. And we'll see that more about with Instagram, how it is different from the other platforms. So if you don't know a thing about Instagram, Instagram is an American photo and video sharing social networking service, started in 2010 and has been acquired by Facebook. So Facebook now owns Instagram, and the larger umbrella company now of Facebook is called Meta. So you'll hear people throwing those different terms around. The app, which it's mostly done on the phone, allows users to upload media that can be edited with filters and organized by hashtags, geographical tagging. It's a little bit different than what you may have been used to on Facebook, where Facebook and Twitter, it was all about the message, what you were typing. Instagram is a very visual platform. And when I say visual, it also needs to be visually appealing. So you'll see a couple of examples here. Someone taking pictures of flowers. Perhaps this is a florist, a flower shop. Someone taking a picture of their food. We see that quite a bit. Someone, in fashion, and then someone taking a picture of their coffee. Now, as you'll see here at the bottom of these two, it's not just taking that picture. It's about giving the right filter. A filter is something that sort of kind of goes over the picture to change what it looks like. So this is quite different than a lot of the other platforms because it is such a visual platform. I like to joke and say, people ask, well, is Instagram right for every business? It's very visual, right? So it's a sexier platform. We're looking for really beautiful images. If you're the local plumber and all of your pictures are of clogged pipes, then maybe Instagram is not the right platform for you. But if you have products, tangible products that you sell, this might be the right profile or the right social media platform for you. So we'll talk more about which businesses are right on Instagram, but just know that it's very visual based. It needs to look pretty. It needs to be visually appealing so that people, when they see the images, will take the time to then read your captions. So I figured the easiest way to jump through this is to do a walkthrough of the platform. So well, first go to, this is the Instagram page for my business, McArdle Media. When I click here at the very top corner, I click on profile, and this is what my profile looks like to the public. So here you'll see all of the posts. People can scroll through. The other thing to notice is different tabs or different things here. Videos. If you click on videos, it groups all of the videos together that are on that page. So if you're jumping on a page and you really like their videos for, it could be a makeup brand, it could be a comedy brand, whatever it is, if you want to just see all of their videos because that's what you're interested in, you can click here. So I'm going to go back to posts and just talk a bit more about the profile and what that means and what that looks like. So here at the top, this section is called the bio. This is important for many reasons, but one that you really need to know about is the fact that within the different posts, you can put links, but they're not clickable. So the only place that you can have a live link that's clickable, that people can click on and take them to another site, is here in the bio. So and we'll see that in a couple of different ways. So this brand Glossier, if you click on their link, it takes you to their page with all their products. With this brand here, if you click, you'll see this says Linktree/Lou the Chi Chi. This takes you to their Linktree page, and I'll show you what that looks like. You might hear about Linktree. What this does is if someone wants to put a link, let's say in one of these sections, they want to put a link about something, they know you can't click on it, so they'll say link in bio. So you'll click this link in the bio. It will take you to whatever it is that they were just talking about. So that's kind of the workaround as to links, but that's why it's important to have the right link in your bio. For me, I don't send people to a lot of different types of things. It's mostly go to the website, and from there you can navigate. Whereas this brand, they want you to purchase their product, so it takes you to their product page. This brand takes you to the link tree. So depending on what it is that you're interested in, this particular dog has a lot of outfits. So maybe they have outfits for you to purchase. This dog is adamant on canceling Mondays because nobody likes Mondays. So you can buy stickers. So this takes you to the different links that you wouldn't be able to click through if they were on a post. This part here, this is called your handle. On other platforms, it's called your username. This is unique to you. So there is no one else that has McArdle Media LLC, but my name, McArdle Media here, that could be different. I could change that. If my brand changes, I can change that. And then here you'll see how many posts the page has, how many followers, and how many pages they are following. So here for Glossier, they have 2.6 million followers. When it comes to Instagram, they do it right. They are a beauty brand. It's skincare, makeup, and that type of thing. And so for them, this is a great platform because these images are very visually appealing. And you'll see here, most of these people, and perhaps this dog, are not employees. They're not models of this company. They are creating their own content, and Glossier is using that to promote their brand. That is what we call user-generated content, or UGC for short. So if someone is doing something with your brand, you see them out using your product, they're talking about your services, you can use their content and put it on your platform, which Glossier does very well. So you can see, again, how many followers, how many people they are following, and how many posts they've made. So this is the profile, but this isn't typically what we see when we log into Instagram, whether on the computer or on our phones. What we see is our feed. So let me refresh this and get back to the top. Your feed, also known as your news feed, this is your home screen where you view what other people have posted. So as you scroll through, you can see what's going on for the people that you're following. So occupational care services, this is a local company who offers different types of training. They do first aid training, wellness programs, things like that. So I like this business. I want to support this business. So here I could click on the heart to show that I like this post. On your phone, if you want to like something like this, you just double click on it and it likes it. So you'll hear people say like or double click, and those mean the same thing. What's different about Instagram than other platforms is that there is no button to share this. So I can't take this and share it unless I do some things on the back end. There are screenshots that you can do. There's some apps that you can use. But in terms of what Instagram allows you to do, there isn't a way to easily, within the platform, share the content. But you have options like commenting on the post, or this looks like almost like, oh, I can send this to somebody. I can, share it. But you're actually going to share it to an individual person. So if you wanted to share it on your page, you wouldn't be able to unless you took some other steps. But if you wanted to share it to an individual, you could do that. And the other thing is this little button here. This is the save button. So if I click this, I can save it and go back to it and reference it as I want to. And the other way to interact with this is to comment here right below. So this is very similar. So this is the business page. This is similar to a personal page. Now, you might be saying, well, I already have a personal page for my business. I didn't know that I needed to set it up as a business page. Do I really need it to be a business page? The short answer is yes, you do, for a number of reasons. One, it's contractual in terms of the way you set it up. You told them that this was a person. So to play by the rules, you need to change it to a business profile. But two, if you have it set as a business profile, you get more of the insights, you get more of the analytics, seeing what's going on behind the pages, behind the scene. A lot of information that you wouldn't have if it wasn't set up as a business page. So if this is something that you're questioning, oh, did I set my business up as a business or as a personal page? If you have questions about that, that would be a great time for us to have a conversation, to be able to chat and see what is it that you've got set up. And if it's not correct, how to easily set it up differently. So just keep that in mind if you have questions about that. Let's see. So a couple of things I wanted to show you. So obviously this is just an image, right? One picture uploaded, and then they have their caption here. So it says your top 3 beauty essentials, go. And people know that that means to comment below with their top 3 beauty picks. So this is just an image that was posted. When you see this little icon here, this means that this is a carousel, or at one time it was called a gallery. And that means it's more than 1 photo uploaded, but less than, I think it's less than 11. I think you could do up to 10 photos. So here we have multiple photos of this particular person. And I believe this is the person. So as I mentioned, user-generated content. This person, Miss Monolids, created this content, and Glossier used this content to promote their brand. Another thing to look for is this little, it looks like those video things where they clap it and say action. That means it's a reel. A reel is a video. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but this is another, it looks like another user-generated content. So this person is demonstrating how they're using the different products. And then Glossier has gone in and gone through, you know, what's happening in this video. There is not, sometimes you'll see, you know, for certain products, they'll say a link in bio for the products used here. I'm not seeing that here. But again, visually appealing. She's stunning. She's beautiful with this makeup on. It's lovely. It's a visually appealing platform. A couple of other videos here. So you'll see a lot of different types of content, just individual images, videos, and it's all on brand, if you will. It all looks very similar. It flows. So you can, if you're scrolling through and you see one of these pictures, you might automatically realize that it's this brand because they've done such a great job with the branding here. Other things to know are your notifications. So up here at the top, actually, this will work here. This heart here, this is my notifications. This lets me know everything that's going on within my profile. People who have liked the page, people who have started following me. I have the option to follow them back, so I will do that. It shows me what's been happening, things I need to know about. I was mentioned in a post. The Entreprenista League did a profile on me, so I'm listed there, and this shows me that they did my handle, McArdle Media LLC, was there, so it alerted me, hey, somebody mentioned you. So that's what the heart is, and you'll see this on desktop and on your phone. Now, a few years ago, it was where Instagram was only really something that you did on your phone. If you wanted to upload content, if you wanted to really do anything on Instagram, it had to be from your phone. They have set it now to where you can do a couple of things here on desktop now where you couldn't before. And one of those things is to actually create posts. So this bar here at the top will look familiar if you're used to doing this on your phone because these icons are very similar. So this little plus button here, if I click on that, that's going to allow me to add photos or videos to my page. It's a little bit limited. If you do it from your phone, you have more access to things like doing reels, and we'll talk about those in a moment. But for people who are hesitant to get on Instagram before because, oh, I have to do it all from my phone. And I'll tell you, I'm one of those people. My fingers are too fat. It's hard for me sometimes to click on things. And so I prefer doing things from desktop But on a platform like this, that's visually appealing, it's a lot of times in the moment, you're taking a photo in the moment and posting it. They have a lot more features for you to do these things on the phone. Let's see, a couple more things to talk about here. Hashtags. Hashtags are important on this platform because a lot of people will search things by hashtags. So what do I mean by hashtag? For those of us who are a little older, a little more old school maybe, think of this as the pound sign that we used to see on our phones. When you would, dial on an old phone. So it's hashtag cancel Mondays. This dog is convinced that they want to cancel Mondays. Mondays are no fun. And so if I type in hashtag cancel Mondays, this is going to pop up likely in my results because this is what this dog is all about. For beauty brands, we'll click on here. Let's see if there was a hashtag I saw here. Written in Glossier was one of the hashtags. Now, when it comes to hashtags, you want it to be something that people are really searching for. So a good example here, Glossier IRL, so Glossier in real life. People who follow this beauty brand, this is a hashtag they know and love, and this is something they're going to search for. If you're looking for beauty brands in particular, you might do hashtag beauty brand. That will bring up the different brands that use that hashtag. Hashtags that don't work, however, that I've had some people, let's say you're a beauty brand, let's say your name is Dandelion Beauty Brand. And let's say I run this company, Dandelion Beauty Brand by Jennifer. If I were to do hashtag Dandelion Beauty Brand by Jennifer, I guarantee you no one's going to look that up. The hashtag itself needs to be a key search term that you know that someone would be looking for. So for example, hashtag real estate. If someone's looking for something related to real estate, they would look that up, as opposed to if you were the realtor, hashtag real estate by Jennifer McArdle Realtor, they wouldn't be looking that up. So when it comes to hashtags, you want to keep them simple. You want to keep them also on brand. So I am not a beauty brand. I don't wear makeup. I try to take care of my skin, but this isn't really for me. I wouldn't be doing a lot of, on my McArdle Media side, hashtag beauty brand, because that doesn't really make sense. So it needs to be in line with what you're trying to promote. Let's see, a couple of other things here. Stories. So stories are videos that are up for 24 hours and they disappear. If you're familiar with Snapchat, this was kind of in the footsteps of Snapchat. But people were realizing, I'm putting so much time into this for it to disappear in 24 hours. That stinks, right? So what they've now allowed you to do on Instagram is create these, what they call highlights. And so if you see these circles on someone's profile, those are highlights. And it's being able to take that 24-hour only content and save it so more people can see it. But the thing that you're hearing about probably more than anything for this platform are reels. Reels are 90-second videos that you can post. And so if I click here to reels, I'll see different reels that have been added to this beauty brand. Let me show you one. I'm a huge fan of this little dog. So I'll play one of the reels from this little dog. All right, so this dog is really big on Fridays and canceling Mondays. So in terms of these reels that this dog does, this is funny. This is uplifting. This is supposed to make you laugh. And maybe we can all work together and cancel Mondays. That'd be great. But you'll notice they're able to add words to this. They're able to add sound. So that sound coming from the background, the words coming from the dog, they're able to add that into it as well. So reels are very powerful because that's what Instagram is wanting to promote. They want reels to be successful. So then you're seeing them promote those as well. But now that Instagram and Facebook are, let's say, sister companies, you'll see reels coming through on Facebook. And you think, wait a minute, are reels something that Facebook does? No, it's an Instagram thing, but they're cross promoting them on other platforms. So if you're interested in reels, if you're interested in doing video that may be cross promoted on a different platform, reels is where you want to be. In terms of reels, it's my understanding that you cannot upload those from here, but you can do that from your phone. And I'll give you an example of that in just a moment. There were just one or two other things I wanted to talk about here is scheduling. There was a time where you were not able to schedule Instagram posts ahead of time. And that's still true on the platform. Natively in the platform, you're not able to schedule. So let's say so today's Flag Day in the US. And let's say I wanted to do a Flag Day post, but I was working on this over the weekend. I wanted to post it ahead of time. There's not a way to do that natively within this platform. There is a way to do it from Facebook now. So that's something that I can talk to you more in depth about, maybe do a future video about that. But you don't have to be uploading content physically to the platform every day if you're able to schedule that. And you can do that through other places as well. I believe Hootsuite, Later. There are a couple of different applications that you can use to schedule this content ahead of time. Let's see. I think that's a quick crash course in Instagram. So let me share this screen again. Let me get back to the presentation mode. Now, what I did want to show you on mobile. So this is a screenshot from mobile this morning. When it comes to creating posts, reels, stories, any of these things that you want to do on Instagram from your phone, at the top right, you'll see this plus sign. If you click on that, that's the create button, and it gives you all of these different options. With all of these, you can play around with them. You're not going to mess up anything. If you click on reel, it shows you the different options. Upload something from your phone, take a quick video, the different filters and words and things that you can put on top of that. There are a lot of options. I worked with a client just on this past Friday, and we were talking a little bit about reels, and she knew she wanted to do one. And while we were on the phone, she just opened it up and said, oh yeah, if I click here, I can do this. Next thing you know, she had posted her first reel. Never had opened it before, but posted her first reel really quickly. It was super easy and intuitive because it gave her the options, the different music to add. She had a video already. It was her yoga studio. Had never done it before, but just jumping in there and getting the hang of it, getting the feel for it, she was able to post her first reel, which was really exciting for her, really exciting for me as well. So does a small business need to be on Instagram? And I referenced that earlier, but it depends. It depends on your market. So millennial and Gen Z generations, so you're looking at ages 16 to 34, even up to maybe to 40. These people are on Instagram. If that's your target audience, if that's who you're trying to reach, and if you can create content that's visually appealing. Now, I mentioned the plumber earlier. It's possible that the plumber, maybe some of the images aren't visually appealing, but perhaps they're funny and they can make funny videos or funny content around plumbing. Maybe then that is the right platform for them. So that's something that you need to consider. There's a quote here from Hootsuite. In fact, overall, Instagram is Gen Z's favorite social platform. Global internet users aged 16 to 24 prefer Instagram to other social platforms. Yep, even ranking it above TikTok. We've all heard about TikTok, this global phenomenon. And yet for this Gen Z generation, we're seeing numbers that they're still preferring Instagram. And with Instagram, you have the option to kind of go the traditional social media route or to incorporate reels, which are very similar to the videos you post on TikTok. So there's some things to consider there. Is this right for your brand? So what can you do, let's say this week, to decide what you want to do with Instagram? Decide if Instagram is a good platform for your business. It's possible that it is. It's possible that it's not. But that's something to really think about. And we could possibly talk about that, have a conversation about what your brand is, what it is that you want to promote. And another thing is, do you have the time? If you're on other platforms, do you have the time to create content for a different platform? Or can you cross promote? Is what you're putting on Facebook visually appealing enough that it could go on Instagram and you could share on both? Their options are there. And so we could have a conversation about that. Second thing that you can do is, if you have an account, optimize it. Make sure, if it's a business account that you intended to be set up as a business, let's get it set up as a business. So you're getting those insights. You're seeing how many people are liking things, how many people are seeing things, the impressions. The other thing to do is make sure you have updated pictures and logos, correct information. Now, knowing that the only clickable live link in Instagram is in your bio, is that up to date? Or do you have a link to something else that maybe it's taking people away from your brand? Post meaningful, visually appealing content. Make sure it's something that people want to look at. When people go to Instagram, a lot of times it's similar to Pinterest sometimes, where people are looking for inspiration, but to be inspired for their day. They're looking for things that, if you're into the different beauty brands, they want to see more of that. If you're into, like me, funny dogs that want to cancel Mondays, that's the type of content that people want to see. It's funny, it's visually appealing, and oftentimes it's meaningful. And the fourth thing you can do, learn about the platform so it doesn't feel so intimidating. This was a quick crash course. There's a lot more that we could go to in depth into each of these sections, even into the bio, optimizing the bio properly. That could be a whole class on its own. Talking about reels, that could be a whole session on its own. And perhaps I'll be able to do some of those in the future. But if that's something that you want to know about now, that's something that I could definitely talk to you about. So, a moment to reflect. I have these bracelets from a company called Zox. It's ZOX. I believe their website is zox.la. I believe they're out of California, LA. This one here is on my desk to inspire me. Tiny victories. What tiny victories could you have today with Instagram? Those 4 points that I just gave you about optimizing, is it right for your brand? Those could be your tiny victories for this week. It can be intimidating. It can be overwhelming. Putting your brand out there for other people to see, it's a lot. And if you're like me, you're looking for perfection. And sometimes you're working on perfection so long that nothing ever gets posted. I like to remind people to do as I say and not as I do. But having consistent content out there, that's easier said than done sometimes. So what are some tiny victories you could have this week? Just considering Instagram as a potential platform for your business. And then if you do decide, yeah, I think I want to go with that, then what are some steps that you could take moving forward? This last part, I'm going to be real quick and brief, just mentioning that if you ever Google social media for small business, it's like going down the rabbit hole. You will find some good advice, some bad advice, and some things in the middle that are just confusing. I've created a system to make this simpler for small businesses. And the one thing that I really want to focus on, let me just get past all of this, is a new option, a new offering that I have in tech tutoring. If you're seeing all of this and you're thinking, I think I would benefit from some one-on-one time where we could sit down for an hour over Zoom and go through some of this stuff really in depth, that's a new offering that I have, I'm proud to offer, where we just, for an hour, we can go through, or 30 minutes even, depending on how much time you have, to go over something that can clarify for you and make this a little bit easier and help you get some more of those tiny victories. So if you want to know more, I have more upcoming webinars. We've got Twitter, Google My Business, branding, a couple of different things coming up. So stay tuned for those. And of course, we could do a free consultation. If you just have some questions, if that's all you need, it's just some clarification on things, let's talk. It doesn't cost anything to have a conversation. We could do that over the phone, over Zoom, just to answer some of those questions. Or you have a quick question, shoot me an email, jennifer@mcardlemedia.com. I'd rather you have some of those questions answered than have them lingering. And 6 months from now, you're still questioning, what could I do with Instagram? And you haven't moved the needle forward. I'm definitely here as a resource for you. Conversations are free. All right. So thank you so much for attending today. Again, we have upcoming webinars. All of this information is mostly on the website. So mcardlemedia.com/events. And my contact information here, 734-237-7593. All right. Thank you so much for coming. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, here are the ways to reach me. Have a great rest of your day.